Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. We are back. It's Karen and Megan with the Vibe Online, episode number 24. 24, 24. How did we get to 24 already? My goodness. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a good weekend, whatever day of week it is, and wherever you are listening in from. We are, again, still firmly in the UK. Meg is in Surrey and I'm down in Plymouth. So yeah, we are back to talk about. Hand over to you, Meg.
Yeah, so hi guys. This week we're going to be talking about the bigger impact that we are a part of within this business model, and how initially we had no idea
No idea.
how much of an impact this business can make in individual people's lives and across the world globally. So we're going to share some of that stuff with you today. And yeah, we hope you get plenty of value from it, as we do with all of our other episodes. So, Cole, where do we even start? I mean,
Well,
when we started these businesses, well, when anyone starts a business like this or looks into things online, we all have our own individual goals and aspirations and why we want to start. And ultimately, it's for freedom, right? Freedom of time, freedom of location, financial stability and independence. And it's for our own individual reasons, and that is why we do this. However, coming into a business like this that is truly making such an impact around the world in so many different ways, it makes it so much more valuable and really makes you feel like you're making such a huge difference in the world.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't even know how we even begin with this episode to tell you guys and explain to you guys how much of how far this goes. This really runs deep. The business model that we're a part of has been around for, well, it'll be 50 years next year. And they've been making an impact in people's lives for almost 50 years.
Incredible.
And it continues to grow and touch people's lives on a daily basis. And, we have people joining every single day. And yeah, what we've experienced over the time that we've been doing this business with all different aspects, we've traveled around the world, we've been to all kinds of events and met so many different people that are within this business and different communities, and everyone is making impact in their own individual way. Now, the industry itself that we are a part of is a health and wellness industry, and we can't deny, as I'm sure you are all very aware, that we've all become so much more conscious of our health and our overall well-being, physically, mentally, financially, all of that kind of stuff, especially within the last few years of the events that have been going on, right?
Mhm.
And this industry is booming. Like, it is huge, and it's set to get even bigger, especially on the holistic side of things, which is where we're at. So it's quite a special thing to be a part of anyway in the health and wellness industry, with it booming and everyone being a lot more conscious of their health. And then when you chuck in products that are revolutionary,
Yeah.
yeah, that are, really impacting people's healths in such a positive way and their lives, and allowing people to have non-toxic living and removing the chemicals from their homes, removing the toxins from their bodies, really allowing us to elevate in so many different ways, then that kind of adds a level
Yeah.
into it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. And that was one thing that I was completely oblivious to when I started this business. I was not aware, we were not aware of the impact that this business had with the product. And as you said, the health and wellness industry now is huge. Look at all the gyms that we have. People are now very aware and conscious of what they do with their body, but also what they put into their body as well. So, gyms and coffee shops is the new kind of pubs and smoking kind of environment, isn't it? Like, when you think, well, for example, in the webinar that we share with people that want to learn about this opportunity, there is an example in there of what has changed over the years, and that's another one that is here, and it's very I think it's very nice to see the amount of people that are genuinely concerned and have started to look after and care for themselves, their bodies, but also the impact that that has on other people too. So, like you say, you know, the impact that this business has, the product has on other people is absolutely phenomenal, and it's incredible to be part of that, but also to be able to help other people step into this and become part of it too.
Yeah.
And just watching people's lives change, because most people that we do work with are very conscious, as I said, of health and wellness side of things. You know, everybody wants to be fitter, everybody wants to be healthier, everybody kind of wants to live a little bit longer, and everybody wants the freedom to live, right? Like, just live life the way you want to live and be free and have no restrictions, and, you know, have a good mindset, and just generally just live a more happier, fulfilled, rich life.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? And, you know, having a product that is changing people's lives, but then also the business model behind it and the organization that we partner with having the vision to change people's lives. You know, it's all an encompassing package of health. You know, you can have your physical health via the products. You know, we already know that people are conscious of the water that they drink. You know, so many people stop drinking tap water, or they have their filters in their homes, or they drink bottled water, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So that kind of conscious awareness of that. And then, you know, we're now in the ionizer industry, which is exploding as well.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's really around the company. So Enagic are a 50-year-old company. Their mission, their vision is to change people's lives. Their motto is literally change your water, change your life. And that's certainly what it's done for us, thousands of people around the world already. And we're going to share some of the stories on the podcast today. So stick around and have a listen to some of those, because as I said earlier, me and Karen, we've traveled around the world, we've met these people, we've been part of their communities and seen what they're doing in especially lower income countries and things like that. So it's really making such a difference around the world. So
Yeah, very powerful, very impactful, and very emotional to have been part of that.
yeah, it really is. And I mean, oh well, we can touch on that now. Actually, you know, it was only in February, right, that we were in Malaysia.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, so Karen and I were in, and Lisa as well. We're all in Malaysia at the beginning of this year, invited by the community in Malaysia and Cambodia to be a part of their event. And it was a very, very special experience, because, you know, we're over here in the UK and we have our teams and our communities over here. And it is a huge, you know, thing over here as well. But over there, it's really, do you know what it is? It's that realization of how big this goes. You know,
Yeah.
it's a realization of how far this reaches into people's lives, and knowing that you can go somewhere like a, you know, Southeast Asian country that is lower, like I suppose lower income is very different, isn't it? And their lifestyle is completely different, and they don't necessarily have, you know, the kind of jobs or money and things that we have over here. So to know that this business is reaching people like that and changing their lives in so many ways, not only in a physical aspect, so that you're able to get these water into these people's lives and help them with that kind of side of things, but also changing their prospects in life, like
Yeah, for sure.
allowing them the opportunity to become completely financially free and change the whole like the whole environment of their entire lineage
Yeah.
of their families, you know. And these do become family businesses. You
Yeah.
know, we sometimes take it for granted that, you know, we're individuals here running our online businesses, but these guys, they're doing it offline, and they're meeting people, and they have community, and they're, you know, bringing this water and these products and this opportunity to people that would never usually have opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, which is incredible. And also what they do, as we do here also, is they bring the children in. So it's not just an adult family business. It's a business that everybody can get involved in. You know, there was a young girl talking on stage where she had introduced her teacher to the water, and that
Yeah.
completely changed her teacher's life and improved her health. And, you know, she was so proud of what she'd done, but her parents gave her that path to go on and empower her, as she was like 8, right? 8, 9. She was young, wasn't she? That she then has that impact on other people. And it's just so humbling, and in a way that I'd never experienced anything like that before. You know, that they, as you said, you know, they come from very poor backgrounds, very little money. They come across this business, build incredible communities, incredible businesses with their family, but also, you know, that's leaving them a legacy to pass on to their families, to then to pass on to their children. And it just goes on through the generations, you know, and that's something that then will ripple across not just their communities, but across the globe. And that's what we massively experienced there. You know, Cambodia, Africa is another place where, you know, there are low-income countries that are seeing the power of this business and the impact that it has on themselves, their health, the communities, the land, the animals, literally everything that God provides as a world, that they can have an impact on too. So that's really, really special.
Yeah, when we learn about Kangen for children, I mean, we both choked up, didn't we? I mean, I think I was pouring with,
Yeah, I had that lump in my
I cried a
throat.
lot, you
Oh,
know.
it was very smoky in the room.
So for people listening, Kangen for children is, I suppose, like a movement that they've put together over there to, like Karen mentioned there about the young 9-year-old who is sharing this opportunity in this water with people. This is bringing children and our next generations into the new era of the world and how we should be living, being able to live more free, think freely, be healthy, you know, conscious living, and, you know, looking after their mind and their well-being. And they, you know, they're bringing this into children from a very young age so that they can grow up knowing that, you know, what they deserve and what they're allowed to have within this world. And, you know, we're from the Western world and we think that we're so much more advanced.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, our kind of, I don't want to, it's not the kind of where I wanted to go with this, but, you know, we're like a tangent, but, you know, our kind of like suicide rates and our mental health aspects of things is really, really poor. And it makes you wonder, like, well, something's not working. Like, something in the system isn't working, the education, the health aspect, whatever it is. So when you come into a business like this and you see it as a whole of like, wow, this is, we're not kidding you when we're saying that this is changing people's lives. You know, it's making them healthier, fitter, allowing them to explore themselves and develop self-development and, you know, think differently about things. And having a movement over there, and that we want to bring in over here as well, we all feel very strongly about, you know, child's education, child's upbringing, and we all want to create a better life for our children in the future, don't we? So having something that is already making that movement and making that difference, and you're allowed to be a part of that, is something really, really freaking special, like really special. And to mention, as we're on the topic of the, you know, the Asian side of the community, you know, they've also got a movement where they're looking to bring back 25,000 families back together from the Philippines. So we've touched on it on podcasts previously, but, you know, in these countries, parents are taken apart, their families are separated so that they go to other countries to earn a living and send money back. That isn't how family is supposed to be, guys. Like, we know that. Like, how much do we want to be at home with our children and build that kind of family bond and that relationship? And we don't want to go to work, you know, but we have to because we have to make a living. But imagine if you're then separated from your family, you have to go to another country, live there for however long on your own, and, you know, send money back to your children. Now, this business brings people back together, it brings families back together, because it means that they can work in their own original country with their family, and they can now work from a laptop or their mobile and do things online. And that is the beauty of this. You know, you can be anywhere in the world and do this, so that if you want to be at home with your family, you can be. But this is talking about bringing, you know, those kind of low income families back together. So it's huge, you know?
It is massive, isn't it? And you think like the pressures that everybody is under currently with work, with the cost of, you know, living in general, you know, everybody struggles. It doesn't matter where we live, everybody's struggling. But the beauty of this is that those ones that do live in the lower income countries as much as they have a really low income, they still see how this business can change your lives. And it's incredible. And, you know, even people in Europe, even in the UK, people have to go and work abroad, don't they? It literally happens everywhere. So the fact that, you know, you can invest into a business for a very little amount of money compared to other businesses offline, or franchises, or, you know, whatever other businesses, and just what this can give you as a whole, not just the financial gain that you get from running your business and impact on the people's lives, but it's the impact, isn't it? And it's true that the ripple across the globe starts internally here and ripples out to your closest, your nearest and dearest, and then just keeps going. So to be able to have that and then give people the freedom, and not just the freedom to live without restrictions and live how they want, and like you said, you know, be able to live and work with their families if they choose, or live and work, travel in the world, whatever that may look like to everybody. It's having the choice to make those decisions, and then just feel, I guess it's a sense of like empowerment, but not as in like it's an empowerment in yourself, I think, that it starts with. And then it just becomes something so much bigger. Like, you know, we're obviously on here talking about, we came into this to start a business. We never even began to think how big this impact was. Obviously, you know, look at Gary Gann, you've just mentioned, you know, Kangan Kids. I mean, I'm sure when Gary started this business, he probably never even thought or had that as a vision, but he can now impact thousands of people's lives. Lisa and our dogs, you know, for those of you that listen to us and know our mentor, Lisa, she has a passion, is now able, just 3 years into building her business, give back and help and look after the dogs, which is a huge passion of hers. And that's the one thing that she's always wanted to do. And then, you know, there's other people in the community. We've got Liana, and she is an advocate for sustainability and plastic pollution. And that's another huge impact and part of what this business does. So the different branches, I guess, is one way of talking about it. There's lots of different branches that this business can kind of touch and have huge impact on.
Yeah, I think rounding it off is like, it is a solution for everything. Whatever you could possibly want. Yes, we all want to change our own lifestyle, and the simple fact that the business model allows you to make one sale and you can make your monthly salary.
Yeah.
You know, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything. The fact that even over here that, you know, you can make one sale and you're making 2, 3, 4, 5 grand. That's a life-changing amount of money. It means that you can be at home with your children, you can spend more time doing the things that you care about and you love, and, you know, work on your passions or travel, or you know, so it really makes a huge difference in the sense that you have that variety of things that you can do with this. And it goes to show that you don't need to be this big group or this big organization. Individual people are making this difference, and you're able to give back to the causes that you care about. You know, like we mentioned in our podcast previously, you know, we could be working a job for the next 40 years and not actually feel like we're giving back to anything or having any value or any purpose in this world. And we all want to make a difference in some way. Like, I know we're all busy in our own kind of worlds trying to figure out how we pay the bills and feed our children and deal with the cost of living crisis, but we've all got deeper passions and feelings and values that we want to fulfill within this lifetime, and that is what this business model offers. And it offers any individual that opportunity.
And it's huge, isn't it? And that's kind of the point we wanted to get across, is just the power and size of what this business actually is when you learn the deeper value of it. It's, for me, it's just an incredible place to be able to see how much this business does impact people, but also the fact that, you know, the lower income countries, they don't have the same excuses that we have over here, because they want to make an impact to their families. They want to make an impact to the countries they live in. They're so devoted to making that change and then when they find the solution for it, they will make it work, because they're so driven, they're so hardworking, and their work ethic seems to be quite different to us, and that's very powerful to see that, they don't say, I haven't got time for this right now, but I do want to spend more time at home with my kids, or I do want to travel, or whatever that may look like to you that you're searching for, that you want to create in your life. And they don't use the excuse of not having money. These guys are earning $200 a month, but yet they can find the $50 a month to invest in a business. That's a quarter of their monthly wage into a business. So put that into comparison here with what we earn, and how, as I said, how little it really is to invest into business that has such a huge impact in changing not just your life, your family's life, but anybody else's life that you want to touch and help to make that change to. So it's very powerful, and I am very grateful that I'm here and be able to share this with everybody that is listening.
Yeah, same here. Like, counting our blessings and our gratitude to finding this business. Like we said in the beginning of the podcast, we came into this wanting to change our own lifestyle and, create freedom for ourselves. And for Karen, it was just, I want to be able to go out in my van whenever I want and, travel around whenever I want. For me, it was like, I want to be at home and I want to be present. So when I have a family, I can be there for them. And now it's kind of grown and developed, and our goals have got bigger and bigger, and the people that we're impacting and the lives that we're, connecting with every single day is just making the purpose of it so much more. So it starts as something individual and small, and then when you recognize how much of an impact it makes around the world, and you start going to these communities and you're touching these people's lives, and you're seeing what a change it's having in people's lives, and how much you can actually contribute to that, touching people's lives, removing the plastic waste and being a part of contributing to sustainability and plastic pollution prevention, mental health advocation and health advocation, and whichever way you want to look at it, however that looks like for you, it can happen. And you can be a part of something that's so much bigger than what yourself, and that's really what's so important to us.
That's the mental health is huge. You think the people that have come into this business and started, who have literally come from nothing, with nothing, feel that they are literally at the end of what they feel at the time of being able to live, and they come across this opportunity, the community, and there's so many hundreds of people now in this business that have come from that kind of background, who are thriving and having such a positive impact on other people. And it's letting other people know that it's okay to feel that way, and you've got support, and people are there to help you. You don't have to suffer alone and feel that there's no way out.
This business definitely comes into people's lives when they need it the most.
It certainly does.
It happened for you, it happened for me, it's happened for hundreds of people. There's been people that have been homeless and, as you say, and on the brink of despair and wanting to not be here anymore. Like, it's huge. And I know we talk deeply about this because it's real life issues, guys. Like, you may even be listening to this and like, fucking hell, I've been there. And when you come into this business and you recognize that there's so much support here, not even on a business aspect, but on a personal aspect. Like, there's people that can share more within the community here than they can even their own friends and family, because we're all like-minded. We all actually care, and the compassion within this business, it runs so deep, like within all of our veins. And when you first come into this, you're like, oh my God, do these people even really exist? Are they real? That's certainly how I felt when I first came into it. And you may be listening to this podcast, and we had some amazing feedback. And she may even be listening to this now, so shout out to you, thank you so much, that it felt like we're just sitting on the sofa with you guys having a cup of tea, and you're just chatting with us. And that's how we want this to feel. Like, we want you to know that you can reach out and chat to us anytime, even if you are feeling like in the space of despair or thinking like, how the hell am I going to get out of this, I need something. We have a solution to everything. This business, that's what we've recognized over the time, is that it is a solution to everything that you could possibly need, and it's really about how willing and ready are you to make those small sacrifices, or put the excuses aside and make it happen. Partly the reason why I was looking for new work when I was in my previous job, is because I didn't feel like I had much purpose. It's like,
Yeah.
where is this going? You know, I'm now almost 30. I'm like, what? You know, there's so much more that I want to do with my life. And also, you know, the family aspect of it and being able to prepare for that. So, you know, if you're in a place right now where you feel like you want to be part of something much bigger and more purpose in your life, and even just change your life and be able to create something different that's more meaningful, and that's going to support you for the rest of your life. Like, we're always here, our community is always here, and you know, this business model will always back you all the way.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Even when you have a bad day in business, even when you have a good day in business, it's there all the time. It's very, very special.
Mm.
The whole package, definitely. And you know what is the most exciting thing is the fact that as much as we are not even 2 years into our journey yet, and how many people we've managed to help and impact along the way, is how many other people's lives we can help and impact and touch on in the future. So yeah,
Mm.
very excited for that, because
Yeah.
there's nothing more rewarding than being able to help somebody and then see their growth in life and business. And yeah, that's just something that happens every single day in this business.
Yeah, yeah, it's such a great feeling to know that you're not only changing your life, but you're helping to inspire and help other people change theirs. And as you said, seeing the growth in other people is a really special moment, and it gives you a sense of feeling that nothing else can actually give you. So,
Yeah,
like, making impact in other humans' lives, like, we're all human beings, and you know, we're all energetic and emotional and spiritual people, but you know, we can kind of hide away from everything in the world because it's just what society has taught us to do. But when you come into something like this and it runs so much deeper, that's, you know, the humanitarian side of it, that's what everything's moving into now. Like, I touched on the health and wellness industry, but it's just us, guys. Like, this is humanity. Like, we're allowed to have feelings and emotions and, you know, help each other change our lives. And I think that's a special thing about social media. And I know a lot of people don't like working on social media, or they have that kind of aspect of it. But the things, what we use social media for, it's not what you might be following on social media or used to, because we're here to inspire, encourage, give value, and help people.
yeah,
You know, it's a new way of using social media and utilizing it so that you can touch people's lives and help them.
yeah,
Even if they're not interested in the business, that's not what we're here to do. Like, we're here to, if people are looking for a solution and they want that, then that's what we're here to do. Otherwise, we're touching people's lives on social media that need a space where it's positive and understanding and honest and truthful, and you know, sharing everything. So yeah, that's why we use social media as well, and it's a special place to be, and it's very amazing that we can be in a time now where we can use technology and the internet for better.
yeah, it really is. And it's as well getting away from the negativity that social media kind of has. If it's used in the right way, in the right context, then it's it's a wonderful tool. You know,
Mm.
it doesn't need to be any hatred or nastiness, or you know, we are here to try and step away and get rid of that as much as we possibly can. And that's certainly what we have within our community, which I never ever thought I would find, if I'm quite honest. I didn't think those kind of communities existed. We just supported and lifted everybody up with no negativity and no jealousy and no people feeding off a drama. There's none of that. It's just very uplifting in every way.
Mm, it is. I think
Yeah,
that's a lovely way to round off this podcast.
yeah.
We've spoken about a lot on here, so
We
really
have.
hope that you found some value in it. And yeah, if there's anything, yeah, just reach out for any, you know, questions or a chat, or if there's anything that you're interested in or you want to learn a little bit more about some of the projects that people are doing within their businesses because they're in a position of financial time and
Yeah.
location freedom, then, you know, we're more than happy to share and our experiences and all that anyway, if you don't already get that from the podcast. So,
Yeah.
um, we love having you guys listen to us every week, and we really appreciate all the feedback that you give us. It's the reason why we do this, to give value and education around everything. So yeah, and if you're interested in more about the business model that we work with, and how that's, how that can possibly make a change in your life, then reach out to one of us and we'd be more than happy to jump on a call, share with you our 15-minute web class,
Yeah.
anything, however you feel most comfortable to receive that information.
Yeah, grab a coffee and come and have a chat with us. That's what we're here for.
That's it.
Well,
Okay,
guys,
then.
have a wonderful day, whatever day you are tuning into, whatever part of the world you're from, whatever your weather is like. And yeah, go live your life, go be happy, go have fun, and go and change others. So yeah, have a great day, Meg. I will catch up
Lovely.
with you very soon. And
You too.
we will be back next week.
Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Bye.